Welcome back. We are on our way to Gransel. You know, because the Royal Army has requested us. Simple as that. So, let's wander around, speak to people on the airship before we get there. Got a little bit of time to kill, haven't we? Oh dear, oh dear. It's faults. There's always faults. I wish I could have spent more time in the hot springs. I mean, then you'd have faults in the hot springs. Yes. It's like he's the gift that keeps on giving. It's like, in terms of like top 10 NPCs, he's up there. He's up there. I don't know where he is in the top 10, but he's definitely, I've got to do that video at some point. Top 10 NPCs. So far I've got Faults, Anton. Ooh. I have to keep a list in my head now. That's the thing. It's like those two, it's like they are a bundle of joy when they keep coming back. Magazine reporters don't get any breaks. Speedy reporting is our lifeblood. And you can bet I'll have my latest report written up in the instant we hit the dock. And then the question is like, what do we class as like an NPC in this list? Because like Niall and Dorothy are NPCs, but I wouldn't consider them like just background NPCs, if that makes sense. There's like a different level of NPCs. These are more random NPCs, is how I describe them. Whereas Niall and Dorothy are story-related NPCs, so it's like, Magazine reporters don't get any breaks. Speedy reporting is our lifeblood. And you can bet I'll have my latest report written up the instant we hit the deck. The dock. Hi, Estelle. Scree. Seem like Sieg. Technically, if you get down to it, NPC. But wouldn't be on my list, even though it's a really, really important, really, really good NPC. It's like, how do we distinguish them? It's important, yes. Scree. Out for a walk, Estelle? Uh-huh. Just gonna take a long mile walk over there. You two just watching the clouds? Something like that. Let me help me become friends with Sieg. Hi, Sieg. Scree. That's great, Tita. Oh, and Kloe was telling me all about the school festival. You were a knight in the play, right? Well, kinda, yeah. Actually, a lot of people thought I got a pretty decent dashing figure as a knight. Wow, neato. Wish I could have seen you act. Well, you can come to the festival next year, Tita. It's open to the public after all. Wait, really? Mum and Dad will be back by then, too. I'll ask Grandpa about it as soon as I get home. Well, if we do that, we'll have to get Estelle on the stage again next year. You know, I think I'll just leave my thanks. Say, that reminds me. Tita, your mum and dad are out of the country working, right? Yeah. They're helping to establish orbital technology in places that don't have it yet. They've been gone for 2 years. Wow, that is a long time. Hope they write you letters or something at least. Yeah, once every month. I wrote about you last time, Estelle, and in the reply, they said to give you their regards. Oh, that's sweet of them. So what kind of people are your parents, Tita? Is your mum like you? I bet she is. Like me? I don't think so. Mum's got a really, powerful personality, I guess. She and Grandpa kind of end up fighting and wrestling a lot over stuff. Wrestling? Yeah. Well, she certainly sounds energetic. Oh, but they usually get along really well. Dad says their fighting is just a way they express their love. Well, okay. So what's your dad like then? He's not like Mom at all. He's sort of quiet and reliable, I guess. He was a bracer until about 10 years ago. Wait, seriously? He told me once that he got hurt doing something and became an engineer afterward. Mum said he was really famous though. Oh, okay. They sound great. I'd love to meet them when they get back. Yeah. When they do, come over to play and I'll introduce you. Okay, I was gonna say okay. And then went to, Kloe, you too. I'd love to. Thank you, Tita. Scree? Oh, you can come too, see? That's great. Sieg's just like, hey, wait a minute, what about me? What about me? He's like, oh yeah, of course. Oh, alright. Oh yeah, Estelle. Do you know why the wind's nice and gentle on the deck like this? Isn't it just like that? Imagine there's like an orbital bubbled shell around it. Oh no. At the speed we're going, the wind should be really strong. We won't be able to hear each other. And get swept off the deck, in fact. Wait, seriously? But if I recall correctly, there's a device aboard an airship that prevents such things. It's a side effect of the flight field that keeps the ship in the air. An orbital flight engine envelops the ship in a field that counteracts gravity, you see. So similar to like a warp bubble from Star Trek. Similar in the fact that there's a bubble around it. You know. Also has an anti-internal effect on anything striking the field, and that includes the particles that make up the wind. Then the question is that sort of like, how could you shoot one out the sky? Is it? I assume it's just not that powerful that it could stop a rocket, essentially. It's like, if it has an anti-internal effect on anything striking the field, it's like, imagine a rocket coming towards it. It should hit that field and then just drop out the sky, because it's not got any inertia anymore. So, that's intriguing. Kloe, are you following any of this? I wonder if that's what they make like shields out of. Like, you've seen them here and there, like someone put up a shield and stuff. I wonder if like a barrier. I wonder if that's just the same level of technology, just further advanced. Because it could be. I think I understand half of it. But generating a flight field takes a lot of power. You need a really high output orbital engine to create the field at all. Okay. That's why people always say that it's the engine that determines what an airship can do. Speaking of which, the new engine Professor Russell and everyone developed for the R-Sail is supposed to be incredible, isn't it? Grandpa showed me the spec sheet for it, and its capabilities are way beyond existing engines. Grandpa and the rest of the team at the Central Factory worked really hard on it. I can imagine. Oh, Julia will be delighted. Also, I like little conversations like this. It's like understanding, like, so that's how they fly. It's like, it's creating a shield against gravity, essentially. But that affects inertia as well. It's just like, hello. And say I was done, whoever closed that inside. Jeez. Last time I came to the capital, I saw the R-Sail. It's really, really pretty. I wish they'd paint it red, though. I like an airship, just like a big airship that was red. Yeah. I wonder if we'll see it again. I actually thought about writing her a letter myself. I do wonder how she's doing. Can I speak to Sieg? Apparently not. Next is the seat of Her Majesty herself. Gransel, the city of beauty. It makes my heart rejoice to see it again. It also brings to mind that recent coup. Something like that must never happen again. I heard not all of the ringleaders of the coup have been captured. A few left may well have fled the country by now. Good riddance, I say. This is the thing, is that based on how like the chapter ended and stuff like that, and who we saw overlooking Leicester Fortress, and like the potential for Richard to be broken out. I think he would have had sort of like a change of heart, because he got what he wanted. He wanted the country to be protected because Cassius wasn't there anymore. Cassius is there now. So it's like, I imagine he's not... It's like they're probably going to try and break him out, be like, right, we'll start this up again, we'll try and take control. He'd be like, why? I got what I wanted. I mean, technically, this is the thing, technically, although he did all that crazy weird stuff with the coup and stuff like in the underground, he got what he wanted. He won. Technically. Yeah. Just you wait, R-Sail. Your lovely white frame will be mine in this camera. I've got a deal to make with Ambassador Cochrane of Calvert, and this is the big one. I hope it goes well. Cochrane, eh? Hey, sis. I want to see. Let's go outside. I'll be good, I promise. Hey. I said no. Last time you said that, you climbed the railing on the deck, didn't you? We're staying put right here, no matter what. Yeah, that's the thing, though. With the bubble, with the shell, whatever you want to call it, around it that stops inertia, can you actually fall off? Because it stops inertia. So... it didn't say it was inertia dampening, it's just that it's anti-inertia. I want more details on that. That's the thing, is I want more details on this anti-inertia thing, because it could just be anti-inertia in the way of, like, it slows something. It stops it, so it's like, there's still a bit of wind and stuff like that. Stuff still gets through if it's got enough inertia. Hence, rockets would still work and stuff like that. It's that sort of like, I want more details. Simple as that. It's like, it's fascinating. I want more details. Said no. Let's go down. What we got down here? Nothing really there. Oh, Cranston's up next, isn't it? It is. Yeah, I guess I need to start getting stuff ready to unload when we dock. Got so much cargo to offload in Gransel. I need to start getting stuff ready to unload. Quite an odd one, isn't he? Hello, miss. Having a look around the ship or just bored? And above the track planes at the moment. The weather's fantastic. Why not step out on the deck and catch the view? I mean, I've already been there, so I don't really need it. La da la, yes, affirmative. Meeting restoring correct altitude. Ba da da dum bum. Yes, you get the idea. La da da di dum. We're a bit high. Can you drop us down slightly and without a tune? Let's reduce altitude now before we get caught in the air current, please. Like there's a bit of wind coming down from below and from above. The winds around here change at the drop of a hat. I have to stay on the ball about that. See, it's like there. It's like if it's inertia, anti-inertia, and the wind's still a factor, it's like it can't be stopping all the wind. So it's like, It's fascinating. Again, I want to know more. I want to know more. I want to understand it. I want more details on how this works. Ah, yes. Oh no. I was like, why is it taking a while to load? And then I just heard that slight tune and saw him. It's like, oh no. You've seen that passenger playing the lute, right? It isn't just his music that's unique. His singing and the way he talks is as well. How do I put it? I feel like he loves himself. A lot. Guess he's the textbook definition of narcissism, huh? Kinda. Again, it's that sort of thing of like, he's such an interesting, complex character, because it's like, he's narcissistic. But it's like it's a front, but it's not a front at the same time. It's like he's hiding all this stuff underneath that he's again, he's such a complex character. It's like, he's so interesting. I passed you with the loot. How do I put this? Narcissism. If you need to shop in the capital, really the only stop you need to make is Edel Department Store. Sure, it isn't as big as Bose Market, but their merchandise is the best in the kingdom. If I had the time and Mira, I'd love to stop in and shop till I drop. Edel Department Store's merchandise is really of fantastic quality. Apparently the store has been the source of several recent fashions. I do hope the T-Facts are there, like updated or something. That's what I'm waiting on. Like that, I would make a video based on those T-Facts, but I'm waiting to see if there's more going on. Could have made it already. So, anyway, see what's going on here. Ah, Estelle, my fair rose. Welcome to Olivier Lenheim's lovely solo recital. Oh, adios, he escaped his chair. Seriously? Who let you out of your seat? Just as braces protect the innocent, and military men protect their homes, it is the duty of performers such as I to protect the soul and pathos of the moment. He did, apparently, beg permission from the steward, Estelle. There's no harm in letting him play. No lasting harm, anyway. Shara, have you no appreciation for the song? You even turned down my invitation to the Elmo Springs a month ago, in the most casual fashion imaginable. And I would drink myself under the table for you. What tragedy. If I actually had time to fool around like that, I'd consider it. Besides, I'd never actually drink you under the table deliberately. I just want someone who can match my pace. That's all I need from a drinking partner. Olivier? Shara doesn't quite get it. She doesn't realize how crazy her drinking speed is, or how her liver is basically the Gehenna of alcohol. I'm sitting right here, you know, Estelle. If you want to serenade me, my dear Lenheim, you'd better be ready to keep up with me. And remember, I won't work your liver nearly as hard as Ina would. Oh, please, let us never speak of that night again. The memories alone make my heart quail. I bet they do. Just what the heck? You know, I don't actually want to know. I do. I want to know. I want to see what happened. I'm so interested. It's like, he is my favorite character. If I'm going to get, like, down to things, it's like, I love Estelle. She's such a good character. She's so complex. We've seen her grow. Her story's fantastic. But in terms of complexity of character and the importance and how they're presented and how they go about things, Oliver, come on. It's like, he is such an interesting character. He's just so detailed and so fascinating. I want to see more about him and what's going on, and because you gotta think, he's working night and day in so many different ways that most people don't notice at this point, obviously. Like Estelle here, she's not noticed at all. She's noticed some things happening, but not taking it all in it yet. Whereas Shara clearly knows. Clearly. A direct request from the army, huh? If they're calling us to the capital, it must be a matter they don't want leaking out under any circumstances. We have the society to worry about, too, so we should be on guard for anything. I imagine it's... Again, I might be ahead of the game like I was with the tower in the previous chapter. I imagine it's something to do with the, like, 4, like, plinth type things that, again, match the tower's colors, etc. It's like, A direct request from the army, huh? In truth, Shara, I do not mind sharing a drink with. She may drink endlessly, but at least her face reddens and the liquor begins to tell on her demeanor. But Ina, no matter how much Ina drinks, she remains as sober as a statue. And when such a seemingly sober individual pours the libations, one can hardly judge his own intake with any degree of accuracy. Okay, I probably shouldn't encourage Olivier anymore on this train of thought. No matter how much she drinks, she remains as sober as a statue. When such a seemingly sober individual pours the liver... Yeah. Oh dear, Olivier. Back to the music. It was just like, wait, why is it taking a while to load when I went in there? Currently, to your right is the front of the Arenberg Wall. It has a long and storied history, which dates back to before the birth of the Liberl kingdom. According to some theories, it's linked to the ancient Sumerian civilization, but the truth of the matter is unclear. Again, it's like, I like the world building here, like in the background the world building as well. Like I said, when we were down in the underground aspect, Undergrandsel, that door had the kingdom of Liberl's symbol on it. How? Why? Does the symbol predate this civilization, this culture? I'd imagine so. Which is like, that's interesting in its own right. Our vessel is currently in flight above the Trat Plains. Please enjoy a relaxing journey until our arrival in Gransel. Oh, so that's the fort? If it really is a ruin, then maybe there's some kind of treasure inside that nobody knows about. Got hiccups now, great. I hate when I get hiccups in this. So about that non-aggression pact that's being signed. But on the day of the signing, no civilians are being allowed into the villa where the ceremony is being held. Not surprising, given that it hasn't been that long since that detestable coup, but it would have been nice to see the moment it was signed, you know? Those earthquakes in Zeiss were quite a surprise. To be so localized and happening in so many different places like that. I've been around this block a few times, but I have never seen anything like that. I know they said it was safe, but I did lose my composure for a bit. We're on an airship now, though, so we're safe. It's not like it can be, like, we could be taken hostage or anything. Oh, right, the Rouen mayoral election is coming up. Between Norman, who's promoting tourism, and Porthos, who's been promoting the harbour business, I wonder which candidate will get elected. Even if you're not a citizen of Rouen, it's still worth taking note of. Speaking of, I remember hearing about some weird ghost rumour in Rouen. I wonder what became of that. Nobody talks about it. Indeed. Triple dot. Zin? Ah, Estelle. What is it? Need me for something? Don't know what happened with my voice then. Like, need me for something? Oh, no, not really. It's just... Kinda looked like you were lost in thought. Yes. Just remembering the past a bit is all. With that sunglass wolf guy, right? Yeah. We last met 6 years ago. First it felt like longer, but it hasn't been that long, you know? I guess not. That man was your senior at your, dojo, right? Kind of martial artist is he, anyway? Well... Oh, hello. Simply put, he's a natural. His reflexes are perfect, and his sense for battle is keen. When I knew him, he kept himself in perfect shape, and it looks like that's still true today. And on top of all that, he knows how to utilize his chi exactly. In every sense, he's a cut above the normal man. Yeah, his moves. I've never seen anything like that. I think he might even be faster and stronger in some ways than that Lawrence guy. And that's scary. I think you might be right, yeah. When we were students, I admired that strength of his. Envied it even. At least I did until 6 years ago, when he killed our mentor, a master of the dojo, Ryuga. What? He killed his own? Sorry, I'm getting ahead of it. They both agreed to the fight, mind. Master Ryuga had long been aware of the darkness in Walter's heart. He'd grown drunk on his own power and hungered for still more. The Master constantly rebuked him for his actions and reminded him what the proper heart of a martial artist is supposed to be. The living fist of the Taito style. It seeks to perfect oneself through the medium of honorable combat. The living fist, huh? That has a neat ring to it. Ultimately, though, Walter never listened. He relished the power which the most aggressive side of Taito style gave him. The aggressive side? Martial arts are used in combat, and so no one can deny that they can be used to hurt people as much as defend them. And while there are many who train for the latter purpose, there are also those who seek to do the former. Those who do eventually become monsters, whose fists exist only to kill. We call this side of Taito, potato, the murderous fist. The what? The murderous fist. Oh, I thought you said murderous. In the end, Master Ryuga challenged Walter as he was preparing to leave the dojo to pursue that path. They fought a duel to the death over it, and Master lost. I was the observer for that match. I could do nothing but watch. Zin. Well, that's what happened, and I've been looking for Walter off and on ever since. I think we'd meet here, now in Liberl, though. This is the hand of she who dwells above at work. Mark my words. Oh, sorry, Estelle. I didn't mean to chew your head off. Oh, wait, was it ear? No, you didn't chew anything. Thanks for telling me. But, Zin, you're searching for Walter to get revenge, right? No. Like you said, their match was fairly fought. Master knew what could happen when he challenged Walter. There's no revenge to take. Oh yeah, that's right. But then, why are you looking for him? To try and bring him back into the fold, I'd imagine. Save him, essentially. There's something I want to confirm. Something to... Huh? Well, I really don't get it. It's, kind of embarrassing. By the way, I'm still too inexperienced to find out. I can sharpen myself by helping you. I see, yeah. Oh, then, I hope you can keep up, Zin. We'll see you, Estelle. You're the one with the shorter legs. Indeed. Right, so I imagine if I go down, something will happen, so, right. Oh yeah, speaking of, story, not my legs. I think I get what's going on between you and Walter. See, it's like little things like this that make me like Estelle, where she did that little joke there. It's just like, yeah. But how does Kiseki fit into all of this? It's not really my place to say. I'll only say this much. Kiseki was Master Yuga's daughter. Oh. I think you can fit in the rest yourself for now, yeah? She'll probably tell you the full story someday. Yeah, fair enough. Anyway, once we get to the capital, I should show my face to the Calvarian embassy. Can't wait too long or Elsa is gonna give me hell. Elsa, that would be a strict, harsher-looking woman with glasses, wouldn't it? Ah, you know Elsa Cochrane? Oh yes. I've only seen her briefly, really. We were at the landing port and she was in the middle of an argument with the Imperial Ambassador. Yeah, she's not what I would call a fan of Erebonia. She's quite confident and intelligent, usually, but Erebonia and their nobility tend to make her see red. I can kinda understand that, I guess. Yeah. Right, so I think, to be sure, to be safe, we should end this part here. It's been a nice flight. And we'll see you in the next part when we land in Granson, I imagine. So we'll see you then! Ta-ta! For now.